Hello guys! I'm Carrie from Carrie Drysdale, and in this video I'm gonna watch Beverly Hillbillies Season 2 Episode 27, The Bank Racing. 1, 2, 3, and play.
Come and listen to my story about a man named Jed. The poor mountaineer barely kept his family fed. And then one day he was shooting at some food, and up to the ground come a bubbling crude.
Oh, that is. I think even if it's like 10 seasons of Beverly Hillbillies and I watch them, I would not learn this hard song. California is the place you want to be.
So they loaded up the truck and they moved
Beverly Hillbillies, swimming pools, movie stars.
The Beverly Hillbillies.
Bullfrogs. Where you going in that city dude get-up?
Well, Granny, I told you Mr. Drysdale's fixing to build a new bank, and he invited me to the festivities.
And you're wearing them clothes as many barn raisins you been to?
There'll be no barn raising, Granny.
Barn raising, bank raising, what's the difference? There's dirt to shovel, cement to mix, boards to be sawed and nailed up. You'll ruin them clothes.
Mr. Drysdale sent me these fancy duds. He wouldn't have done that if he expected me to work in them.
You mean you ain't gonna help your neighbor when he's got a building to raise?
Granny, I kind of think Mr. Drysdale's going to build this bank city style, hire strangers to do it.
Able-bodied neighbors and friends, and has to hire strangers to help him. I say the world has took a sorry turn.
Oh, it ain't Paul something. He looks like a president or something, don't he, Granny?
Yeah. He does bear a resemblance to Jeff Davis.
Well, it's getting on time. I got to be getting down to Mr. Drysdale's office. Has Jethro finished washing the car yet?
Oh, he's having it washed, Paul.
Having it washed?
Yes, Jed, city style. Hiring strangers to do his work for him.
Well, Jethro says there's a new place in the neighborhood where they wash your car in just 3 minutes.
3 minutes?
Yes, sir, and he wanted to try it out. Why, he's back already.
Oh, you are sopping wet.
Yeah? That's the last time I go to that there automatic car wash.
What happened, Jesse?
They'd like to drown me, that's what happened. I drove into this here place, and this fella says, "Hop out, buddy. I'll take that truck." I says, "You won't neither." So I followed some arrows around into this here tunnel. I no sooner got inside, this dad-blamed cyclone busted loose.
Cyclone?
Worser. Why, water commenced to hit me from every direction. Steam shot up through the floor, and wind pretty near blew me off the seat.
Did you complain about it, Jethro?
Uncle Jed, as soon as I got out of that tunnel, I took off like a scolded dog.
Serves you right for not doing the job yourself.
Yes, sir, Granny.
Ah, shoot!
Bless you. Now get into some dry clothes, boy. I'm due over to Mr. Drysdale's office.
Drysdale, J.P. Morgan, Baron Rothschild, Wilburn Drysdale. Yes, it has that big moneyed sound. One day it will be Drysdale National Bank.
Excuse me, Chief. Miss Billington is here from Beverly Caterers. How many are you expecting for the pre-groundbreaking reception?
Oh, just a handful of VRPs.
VRPs?
Very rich people.
VIP, very important people.
When you're rich, you're important.
When will I ever learn?
Would you like to take a look at our building site, my dear?
Oh, may I, Mr. Drysdale?
Of course. Step right over here to the window.
Chief, she has preparations to make.
Miss Billington is a very valuable PR woman.
PR? Public relations.
Possible rich woman. With her look, she may marry a millionaire and put his money in my bank. Now, right over there is the big clearing, see?
Oh, yes, they're putting up some sort of stage.
That's a speaker's platform. I'll be sitting there with all the VRPs. And right over there is the big sign, see?
Yes, New Commerce Bank. Gee, Mr. Drysdale, why don't you call it the Drysdale Bank?
Thought never occurred to me. What do you think, Miss Hathaway?
I think Miss Billington should get back to the kind of catering for which she was hired.
Are we interrupting something, Milburn?
We can come back later.
John Fleming, how are you? You've met my secretary, Miss Hathaway.
Yes,
How do you
good
do?
morning.
And this young lady is from the caterer.
Caterer. Say, you're doing this thing up brown.
Well, it isn't every day I put up a new bank, with your help, of course. Miss Billington, take good care of these gentlemen. They are captains of industry, financial wizards, both of them.
Mr. Drysdale, it will be an honor and a privilege, and of course a pleasure to serve such distinguished and handsome gentlemen.
All right, Chief. She is a PR woman.
Well, where is J.D. Clampett? There is a financial wizard that I want to meet.
He'll be along any minute.
You're in for a surprise, John. To talk to him, you'd think he was a big old hillbilly who doesn't know the difference between a tax-free municipal bond and a Dow Jones stock average. All the time, that shrewd mind is going like an electronic computing machine.
He must be fabulous. I hear that less than 2 years ago he was broke.
He didn't have one penny. Today, I would estimate his net worth at around 40 million.
40 million? Well, I don't mind telling you, Milburn. That's the reason I'm in this deal. When I heard that J.D. Clampett was putting money into this new bank venture of yours, I said, Fleming, get on the gravy train.
Me too. I'll ride Clampett's bandwagon any day.
Oh, Jethro, you want to come in and say hello to Miss Jane?
Oh, no, sir, Uncle Jet. She might take to chasing me again. I'll wait here.
Oh, did you bring along one of them tickets the policeman give us for parking here?
Oh, yes, sir. I got a $5.
How long can you park here for that?
Well, there's a gadget down the street that says parking is 10 cents an hour. So, let's see. Got 10 cents, goes into $5. That's 500 cents.
500 cents.
1 into 5 is 5. Naught into naught is naught. Bring down the 5 and the naught. And then bring down the extra naught. Subtract naught from naught, and naught from naught, and 5 from 5.
Doggy, you sure can cipher.
Thank you, Uncle Jet. This here is what you call long division. Now, I got a naught, naught, and naught down here, and a 10 up yonder. Now, all I got to do is put the 10 into the 3 knots and bring down the decimal point.
I ain't got long enough for long division. I don't want to keep Mr. Drysdale waiting.
Well, all I got to do is put the 10 into the 3 knots and figure out where the decimal goes.
Well, you figure it out and park here your $5 worth. If I ain't back by then, you ask the policeman to give you another ticket. Remember to say please and thank you. Folks appreciates good manners in the young.
Yes, sir.
Well, how about a toast to the new bank?
I'm for that.
To the Drysdale National... Oh, the new Commerce Bank.
Doggone it, Milburn, where is J.D. Clampett? I had hopes of getting some tips on the market from him before the stock exchange closes.
Me too. I want to ask him about grain futures.
Oh, forget it, boys. J.D. Clampett knows nothing about the market. I do all his investing for him.
Don't you wish you were that smart?
I'll bet Clampett throws away better information than I pay my market analysts for.
Well, here is to J.D. Clampett, the lone eagle of finance.
Oh, greetings, Mr. Clampett.
Hi, Miss Jane.
Remember me, Mr. Clampett?
You bet I do. Even if you didn't have the name wrote right on your dress there.
I'm Marion Billington.
Well, he's a mighty lucky man. Oh, say, Granny wanted to send along some of her crawdad dip. We went to every market in Beverly Hills, and would you believe it? They ain't a crawdad to be had. And they call this a modern city.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Milburn. We'd like to ask J.D. a question.
Now, John, I told you, you boys aren't going to get anything out of Mr. Clampett.
Oh, just one question.
What can I do for you, gentlemen?
Well, if somebody should buy a lot of wheat right now, say 1,000,000 bushels, what do you think they'd make?
Well, Mr. Pendleton, I reckon they make a lot of bread.
What did he mean by that? You're square. Bread is hip talk for money. It is? Yes, now get on the horn to your broker and start buying wheat futures.
That's a mighty big piece of ground, Mr. Drysdale. Is your new bank going to cover that whole field?
Oh, no. Just a little portion of it. We'll be right in the middle of a huge development. Compared to some of the new buildings, our bank will be quite small.
Hors d'oeuvres?
No, thank you.
No, thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Clampett, what was that again you were trying to buy in the market? I thought I'd tell my boss so he could get some.
Well, that's crawdad.
Crawdad?
Just common crawdad.
The market out here?
That's right. They don't seem to know about it yet. You tell your boss to buy all that he can get his hands on. He'll make himself a heap of money.
Thank you, I will.
Oh, that's great. Good. Said New York?
Ned Lantini.
Give me that phone. Ned, this is John Lucas. Now listen very carefully. This is a real hot tip. I want you to buy crawdad. That's right, crawdad. So what? A few years ago, nobody ever heard of Xerox.
Hello, Ned. Fleming again. Buy me some of that crawdad, too.
What? Common or preferred? Just common crawdad. Crawdad common.
Come, see what Preferred is doing. All you can. Yeah, and let us know. Right.
And Drysdale said we couldn't get anything out of Clampett.
Open up. Unlock this door. Let me in there.
Yes.
Come in. Oh, what's the idea? We've got to be getting over to the building site. Miss Hathaway,
Right here, Chief.
do we have the gold shovel for the groundbreaking ceremonies?
Indeed we have, plus hammer, saw, trowel, and a gold nail in honor of the golden anniversary of Beverly Hills.
Good. Now, if we hurry, we can get pictures taken in time for the evening papers.
Well, I want my picture taken with Mr. Clampett.
Me too.
Well, now, why would anybody want their picture taken with me at all?
Well, you're helping to build this bank, Mr. Clampett.
I am?
You and 10,000 other depositors.
With one little shovel?
Oh! Chief, will you be wanting me to go with you to the groundbreaking ceremonies?
No, you stay here and look after things. Like to ride with me, Mr. Clampett?
Well, no, thank you. I got Jethro waiting. I got a stop to make. Well, see you all at the bank raising.
All right, gentlemen, we're ready to go.
Bank raising. See how casually he takes building a new bank.
We'd be that casual if we had his money. And we will have. Now that we've cornered the crawdad market.
Who's trading in crawdad?
I'll take all the crawdad I can get. I want crawdad. Who's trading? Crawdad.
Not in the knot is not. Five in the knot is not. Knot into five is.
Head for home, Jethro.
Oh, our parking time ain't up yet.
Head for home anyway. I gotta get into working clothes, get some tools in this truck.
Well, what for?
I'm gonna help Mr. Drysdale build his bank.
Hey, is that going to be like barn raising back home?
Yep, Granny was right. Only it's gonna be bigger than any barn raising. There's gonna be 10,000 people pitch into this job.
Yeehaw!
1,000 people?
That's what Uncle Jed told me.
I ain't never seen that many people in all my life.
Well, me neither.
Well, that's one of the reasons we come home first, to take you too long. Figured you wouldn't want to miss a sight like that.
But, Jed, ain't they just gonna get in each other's way?
There's a good chance of that, Granny, especially with the pitiful few tools they got. You load our tools on the truck, Jethro?
Oh, yes, sir, Uncle Jed.
Well, come on, let's get going.
Oh, wait a minute, Jed. Don't you think that we ought to tote along some victuals and a jug or two, like we always do to barn raising?
Sound like a good idea, Granny.
Jethro, snatch that pot of grits and jowls off on the stove and fetch it out to the truck.
Yes, ma'am, Gran.
Ellie Mae, you draw off a jug of my new rheumatism medicine.
Yes,
Granny, Mr. Drysdale is going to be right obliged to you. He was serving some little glasses of cider down to the office, but the stuff had done turned.
Left it work too long, huh?
I tell you, it had gassed up something awful.
You gotta know the right time to tap a keg of cider cater.
He had that little Beverly cater serving victuals.
That's the little girl that Jethro is so sweet on.
Yeah, but she's gonna marry somebody else.
No.
Oh, it's all for the best. She'd have starved Jethro to death in 2 days. That woman serves the skimpiest helpings I ever did see.
You don't say.
Sandwiches no bigger than your thumbnail. And you know what kind of eggs they eat?
What?
Fish eggs.
Fish eggs?
She called them caviar.
Yes, caviar!
Mess them on a cracker or look for all the world like a charge of soggy buckshot.
I have friends in here
Granny, you wouldn't
from
believe the way them city
Europe.
folks was putting
They
away
love
fish
caviar
eggs
as
and
well.
sour cider.
And I talked to them like Americans don't really eat it. They don't understand it, and they agreed with me. Like, yeah, we love caviar as well. Russia, Europe, but for some reason in America it's not like common.
Late for the barn raising.
Bank raising.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Oh, we'll take along our riddles and we'll take along our jugs. And we'll take along the shovel just to see a hole is dug. We'll raise the dandy building and we'll raise the Dickens too. And when we get it finished up, it all belongs to
We're just about ready to go on the air, Mr. Drysdale. Mr. Clampett isn't here yet. We can't start without him. Well, I'm afraid we'll have to. This is a direct broadcast, and my cue comes up in 30 seconds. All right. I'll stretch my speech.
What do you suppose happened to Clampett?
He's probably on the phone to his stockbroker.
Yeah, trying to find out who cornered the crawdad market.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bill Baldwin, bringing you another in our series of on-the-spot broadcasts over station KBH, the voice of Beverly Hills. And remember our slogan of the week: drive carefully, protect our millionaires. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're speaking to you from one of the few remaining vacant lots in our fair city. Soon, this barren expanse of earth will bloom with steel and concrete skyscrapers, and far among them will be the edifice for which we're breaking ground today, the new Commerce Bank of Beverly Hills. Milburn Drysdale, president. And here he is, in person, the handsome, suave, debonair man of finance, Mr. Milburn Drysdale.
Thank you very much. Honored guests, citizens of Beverly Hills, ladies and gentlemen of Radioland. 210 years ago, our forefathers made their way west from Pasadena into what is now Beverly Hills. And they built the first crude 40 and 50 room mansions, some of which still stand. These brave people were seeking freedom in the wide open spaces.
This flag is so funny. It looks like he's wearing a skirt. The skirt.
Ladies and gentlemen, for you listening on radio, let me explain that the commotion and laughter is being caused by a truck full of disreputable vagrants. And here they come again. They circle the stand. Somehow this motley collection of tramps made their way inside the city limits of Beverly Hills, careened past our speaker's platform, obviously intoxicated. Please! Don't worry, Mr. Drysdale. The police will have those drunks under arrest in no time.
This is Mr. Clampett, my guest of honor.
We return you now to our studios for a brief interlude of recorded music.
Jed, I thought you said about 10,000 people was going to be here to help raise this bank.
That's what Miss Jane said they was counting on.
Well, all but about 100 of them changed their mind.
Well, don't worry about that, Granny. We raised some mighty fine barns, but less than that.
Who's this goomer coming?
We're back on the air again, ladies and gentlemen, from the site of the New Commerce Bank.
Can't say as I know, Granny, but it looks like he's lost the bulb out of his light.
It's now my honor and privilege to bring you an interview with one of the leading citizens of Beverly Hills, Mr. J.D. Clampett. Mr. Clampett, I wonder if we might have a word from you, sir.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Is that all you have to say?
It's all I can get into one word.
I didn't mean it literally. You see, Mr. Clampett, you're on the radio.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was just a pile of lumber.
What I mean is, when you talk into this microphone, thousands of people are listening in their homes.
Why ain't all you good-for-nothing loafers out here to help raise this bank?
We return you once again to our studio for another brief interlude of recorded music.
Hey, Granny, you know something? I've been all over this place, and they ain't got no victuals.
You hungry, Jethro?
Well, heck no.
Well, then stop worrying. When you get hungry, there's a whole pot full of grits and jowls on the truck.
Not no more. That's why I ain't hungry.
Hey, Tom!
Not no more, that's why I'm not hungry.
I don't care if I get my picture took, Ellie. I'll just sit here till they commence work.
Well, they better come in for the sun's gonna set on them.
That's for sure. Ain't more than about 2 good working hours left.
Hey, Pa, they's commencing now. Look, Mr. Drysdale's going to shovel.
Mr. Drysdale is now putting a foot on the shovel and attempting to get the first spade of dirt, which seems to be a little tough to do right at this time. Very successful with the small spade of dirt. Cameramen are taking pictures of him.
You call that shoveling?
Them city folks don't think a heap of it. They's clapping to beat the dickens.
He's taking a picture of him, too.
Well, he's sure tired quick. He's handing a shovel to them other fellas.
And now Mr. Lucas and Mr. Pendleton are both on the shovel and...
Why, the two of them together can't dig worth shucks.
Folks is clapping again, and they's taking more pictures.
All 3 of them's going at it.
Mr. Drysdale, Mr. Pendleton, and Mr. Lucas all pick up a full spade of dirt with the golden shovel for the Commerce Bank of Beverly
Golden
Hills.
shovel.
Did you see that, Jed?
Pitiful, just pitiful.
They better figure on building this bank without a cellar.
Well, it looks like that's what they're gonna do. Mr. Drysdale's leaving with the shovel.
Goodbye, goodbye.
Where's he going?
I reckon he had to get back to the old bank to pack up all the money and stuff and move it over here.
With all the rest of his friends helping, I bet you we can build his new bank before he gets back.
Well, let's get to it.
Where's everybody going?
Dogged if I know.
Shame on you lazy loafers.
Come back!
Hey, there's the bank to be put up.
Come back!
You're whistling to the wind, Ellie Mae. Them fair weather friends are scattering like young'uns let out of school.
Minute before Mr. Drysdale back is turned.
Well, we might as well go home, too.
Now, hold on. Mr. Drysdale finds out about this, it'll break his heart.
Well, what can we do, Paul?
We can put up his bank for him. That's what we can do.
Just us?
It'll get dark on us, Jed.
Full moon tonight. We can work right on through if we have to. Now, Jethro, you and me'll commence toting the lumber. Ellie Mae, you get the tools. Granny, you take his sharp stick and mark off a bank on the ground.
I ain't never marked off a bank.
It's the first time for everything. Now, come on, get busy.
Oh, good morning, Chief.
Good morning.
How did the groundbreaking ceremonies go?
Oh, a little chaotic, but the ground finally got broken.
It's going to be a beautiful structure.
Yes, I can't wait to see those steel girders start to rise. Yeah, they should be bringing in the heavy equipment any time now.
I can't believe it.
What is it, Chief? What do you see?
Never mind, you wouldn't believe it either. Now, let's get over this.
Well, Jethro, considering the moon was behind the clouds most of the night, we throwed up a right tolerable barn.
A bank.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul, here's the only piece of lumber of that whole pile that we ain't used.
Well, we had no to waste it, Ellie. I tell you what, Jethro, you paint welcome on there, and we'll nail it to the front door right here.
Yes, sir. Well, how's things going inside, Granny?
Jed, it's a tromp down hard dirt floor. But by dingies, it's clean.
Morning, Mr. Drysdale, Miss Jane.
What is this?
That's your new bank.
Yeah, we'd have made it bigger, but we run out of lumber.
Did you forebuild this?
You can bet your life that we...
Mr. Drysdale's friends built his bank for him just like he was counting on him to.
Yeah, that's right. They did.
They sure
Yeah,
did.
they did.
It was a dandy bank racing. Too bad you missed it.
It's a magnificent bank.
Oh, yes, it's great. It's beautiful. It's terrific. It's fabulous.
Oh, so nice of them.
Yeah.
Your friends done the best they could with what was here. But if I was you, I'd give some thought to putting up a bigger, stouter building later on with maybe bricks and cement and all.
By golly, I may just take your advice.
Funny. And it was Beverly Hillbillies, and I hope you enjoyed this time. Don't forget about like, subscribe, and support me on Patreon. Then my Buy Me a Coffee. Here the link for Amazon wishlist, and I'll see you the next time. Bye bye, guys.